Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear sisters and brothers of International Program for Islamic Economics and Finance, see you again on the macroeconomic class of 6th meeting. And on this meeting, we'll discuss the issue that related to chapter 5 in your textbook. It is about monetary and fiscal policies. So in the end of the books, you'll find so many key important words, and some of them are shown here. The first is about open market operation. So this open market is considered to be one of the instruments of the monetary policy, whereby the central banks buys bonds in exchange for money, thus increasing the stock of money, or sells bonds in exchange for money paid by purchasing of the bond, thus decreasing the money stocks. So in short, the open market operation here focus on the buying and selling the bond, whereby it is connected with the money supply in the end. And the second one is liquidity trap. So here is the conditions in which the public is prepared at any given interest rate to hold whatever amount of money is supplied. So on this case, monetary policy is powerless to affect the interest rate. Yeah. So this liquidity trap happens because of the economy is not that good. The third one is classical case. So the level of income is determined slowly by the quantity of money. So on this case, the LM curve is vertical. So the income here is affected only by money supplied. And the fourth one is crowding out. So this the increase in government spending crowds out investment spending. So the government spending here will take investment spending out. It is due to interest rate rise, thereby reducing private spending, particularly investments. And the fifth one is the monetary policy here is to operate by stimulating interest. So interest here is responsiveness component of aggregate demands, primarily investment spending. And the fifth one is the fiscal policy. Yeah, depends on precisely what good the government buys or what taxes and transfers in changes. Yeah. And the composition of output here is the fiscal or monetary policy affect the level of aggregate demands and causes an expansion in output. But the composition of the increase in output depends on the specific policy. So the composition here is refers or depend on the combination of fiscal and monetary policy in actions. And the next one is monetary fiscal policy mix, is the combinations between monetary expansion contractions and fiscal expansion contractions in order to get the economy to full employment. So the full employment here is the condition where all the resources of economy has been fully used. So in order to stimulate this full employment, we need to conduct the monetary policy mix. And then the next one is monetary accommodations. Here is the increase of money supply in order to accommodate the fiscal expansions. Yeah. So in this case, the interest rate somehow is very low in order to promote the economy faster. The next one is monetizing budget deficit. Here is the central banks prints money to buy the bonds with which the government's deficit. So the government here tries to purchase bond, yeah, by printing money. Yeah. So here is called monetizing budget deficit. And the next one, investment subsidy. A firm's tax payment are used when its increase is investment spending. So the government gives the reductions of the tax if the investment amount is increased. And real interest rate here is nominal interest rate minus the inflation rate. So here, dear sisters and brothers, all the keywords in chapter 5. In the details of this explanation, you can find out throughout the chapter 5 in your textbook. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for your kind attentions. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.